jacket, a nice jacket. And as we were talking about when you first came in, this is something like a dress rehearsal. So it's really a good thing to do that. You started off in a good way like that. Also, you have an abundance of experience that allows you to speak with authority. But when you were introduced, your experience wasn't mentioned to this audience, because perhaps to this audience it wasn't important, but to the audience that you're going to be speaking to, you might consider giving a little introduction to whoever's going to introduce you, so they can say something as to why you're qualified to speak. And you did say something about, I don't know why they chose me, but actually, I'm not so sure that that's a good idea. You might want to say, they chose me because I can relate to you people. Something like that. Yeah. There were other things I liked about your speech. The fact that you were able to use gestures, and you had nice stories that you could tell. And when you gave your personal stories, that's where I think the audience could really enjoy it, because they say, oh, well, giving a fifth of whiskey, I know, can I do that today and get away with it? I've got stories I could tell you about what used to happen years ago, putting vodka in the water cooler and that kind of stuff. Now people would be, entire department would be fired probably. But there were other things too. You hadn't started off with an analogy. And an analogy is interesting because it kind of like, oh, wow, okay, well, that's interesting. It's a current event and interesting. Now, if you could tie that analogy into your take-home message, that would be really powerful. And so you might want to think, what is your take-home message, and introduce that early in your speech, maybe even in an analogy or something, and then be sure to incorporate that at the end when you do your conclusion. Now, I noticed that regarding your conclusion, you said, oh, I'm missing a page here or something, and then you went back. That happened to me one time. I was giving a speech to a group. It was probably 50 people, something like that, and I went for my last point, and it wasn't there. So I had to wing it, which you did. You did okay. But if you hadn't said anything, it would have been better. So that's just something to think about. As far as, also you did say good luck several times. In fact, towards maybe you were 2/3 of the way done, and you said good luck. And I thought to myself, okay, he's wrapping it up now. So you might not want to mention the good luck until the real closing. Or you could say good luck in the beginning. I'm going to wish you all luck because, this and that, and not say it again until the very end. And then if you're able to tie that ending into your beginning, it's really a nice way to wrap a bow around the present. So that's something that I think would really be advisable. All things told, I'm sure that you will do well. You've always done well. And I'm impressed by the fact that you are continuing to experiment with refining your speech techniques. This is really great. And you're on the right track. You're doing a good job. And persistence and tenacity. Yeah. Tenacity. And you will have an abundance of success in the years to come. Thank you.